everyone, we're here today to show you a little bit more about Jamboard. I'm going to be demonstrating what it looks like on mobile devices. I happen to have an iPad and I also happen to have an iPhone. So those are the two that I'm going to be showing you. You're looking at a screen of my iPad already, and you'll notice on the left side here, you still have your pen tool. Your pen tool still has the pens at the top and the 6 colors, but there's these additional assistive drawing tools. And these are going to help me out when I'm trying to write. It's going to clean up my text. When I'm trying to draw, it's going to make the shapes a little more crisp and clear. And when I'm trying to doodle on something, it's going to ask me if this is what I intended. So I'm going to show you all of these different things. But before I get to that, I wanted, we still have the eraser tool, the pointer, the laser, which I call my sparkler. In the plus tool here at the bottom, though, you're going to see that there's a new one down here if you're on an iPad or a tablet device, which are these stickers. And so if I were to choose any of these and any of these pre-made drawings, it will actually be available to me. Make sure you hit the select tool so that you can move them around. And you'll notice that these are really nice to have. And so I'll show you a few more stickers. I use the check mark one the most, so I will use that, and then I will go back to my select tool, and I will select it, and I will put it on top of something that I think the students have done well, or that maybe they've completed a task that I've assigned. And that's a really neat little feature, I think, that is available on the tablet device. Now, if I wanted to, I'm going to go up to the top here. I'm going to create a new board, a clean board, to show you the pen tools. Now these here, if I were to start to write, and so this is a clean slate, and here's my tablet. See how it cleaned up my clean? And so if I'm trying to write anything, it will clean it up. Now I happen to like this a lot when I am using formulas, because it will clean that up for me. And it's much better for the students to be able to see that sometimes than my very bad inability to write with my finger if I don't have my stylus with me. So that's cleaner for the students to be able to see that. The other thing in the assistive tools is if I turn on the shape one, before if I were to draw my shape, it would come out a little bit unshapely. But what this does is it cleans it up for me. And that's still there. Now, if you don't want it to be working, you just go back to your marker, and what it'll do is it will retain your original drawing, which sometimes has more charm, right? And sometimes has more of the features that you want it to have. The last one is the Doodle. And this one here, you'll notice they show a picture of a cat. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw a smiley face. And notice at the bottom, it'll ask me, are these what you were trying to draw? Look at these chandeliers. So I'm going to choose this one and make it that picture. And it's interesting what it asks you about as you're drawing and what it thinks that you're trying to draw. So I was trying to draw a cat here. Notice that it did pick up that I was trying to draw a cat. So I'll choose that one, and it'll clean that up for me. Now, it's up to you whether you want to use these tools or not, but they are only available as of right now on a tablet device. So I'm going to show you an iPhone next. Hi, so here I am on my iPhone, and what you're going to see is the bar is now at the bottom here. We have these different tools. The undo button is still up here. Here's our different boards in our Jamboard, and our sharing features are still up at the top. So now I'm going to not use my mouse anymore, but I'm going to go over to my phone. So now there's these different features are still here. The sticky note feature is in the plus area now, but notice the stickers are no longer available to us as it was on the iPad earlier. But your assistive tools are still here. So if I were to click on here, touch that, we still have our text tool and we still have our shape tool, even though we don't have our little doodling tool anymore. We're trying to figure out if you're trying to draw a flower or a sun or a cat. So I'd like to show you a little bit about this text tool and some of the additional features it has. You can change the color of the text. and you can change the color of the shapes as you're trying to draw them. And of course, you can always choose the different pen types, right? So let me show you this shape tool. Now, what's neat about this is as you're drawing the shape on here, again, it will clean it up. So this made it a line for me, but if I wanted to, and it's a drawing, uh, notice how it does all of that for me. And it's turning it into the color that I chose. So earlier I chose this one. If I wanted a blue, I can go ahead and make that blue also, right? Uh, Other features, the writing is neat. Just like earlier, I'm using my finger only. So if I wanted to write on here, it will clean that up for me. Okay. Now the sticky notes feature is something where it's going to zoom in. So here I'm going to add a sticky note, and what it's going to do is like usual, I'm going to add a color to it. It will zoom in. So notice that this is much smaller than earlier, but all I'm going to do is use two fingers and I'm going to go ahead and zoom out. And there's your sticky note as it relates to everything. To choose it, I'll choose the select tool here at the bottom, and I will click on it and I can drag it around. Now notice when I click on it, a little garbage can appears, so I can put it in there and it'll go away. Of course, you can always click on the little three dots in the corner and then you can delete it, or you can make copies of it if you want to. Another nice thing about using this tablet or iPad device is you can, if you wanted to, adjust your wording a little bit. So see this word test. Now I'm going to get rid of it just by slashing through it. So slash, and then it went away. So let me show that to you again over here. Here's another board that I had. Now I'm just going to slash through clean. So I'm going to slash through clean, and it took away anything that slash mark touched, right? But it kept the C. So if I wanted to undo that, I just go back to here and it'll do that. One of the things you can do with text in the assistive feature is if you had a word and you wanted to put a space through the word, you can take a line and you can draw it through the word. And what it'll do is it will create a space. So what I did was I have to touch the letter where I want the space to be. So I'm going to touch the E here and I'm going to draw back a little bit, and notice that it created the space after the E. I'll do this on the T now, and it created the space after the T. So that's how you can put a space between letters. If you touch the letter and you go back a little bit, it will create a space. So if you have a mobile device, you can use your mobile device with your Jamboard, and hopefully you can use the different features that are available on both. Have a good time with your Jamboard.